Hello everyone, Pantoufleee here today for a new video concerning the Chimera, but it's not gonna be a review. It's just that since the tank is out, maybe it's the hype because of the release of a new premium tank, but I love this tank and I never thought I will because judging on the statistics, the tank is not the best, clearly not the best. I mean, okay, you have a big gun, which is fun, but that's pretty much all you have. And despite that, I truly think it's an amazing tank. There are several factors that make me want to play this tank all day long. For example, the first thing is the credit coefficient. The credit coefficient on this thing is extremely great. Therefore, if you play maybe Chimera for a whole day, let's say maybe 100 battles, you will be able to reach at least maybe 7 to 8 millions of credits in one day, which is amazing. And it's not the case with all the premiums that are implemented in the game, but this one, oh my gosh, the number of credits you're making with it. But you're gonna see, we have 2 replays here, 2 ace tankers, and you're gonna see how many credits we did at the end of the battle. That's just truly amazing. So, maybe the fun factor on this tank is the gun. Of course, because you have a 440 alpha damage with 0.29 of gun accuracy. You have the same gun accuracy as the Grill 15. And wow, just wow, it's amazing. Because with this gun, you can both do a lot of damage and also destroy the... how is it called? The modules of the enemy tanks, because the bigger the caliber, the easier it is for you to destroy modules or crew members. So with this one, you're most likely to be able to hammer-rack everything or even put fire on tanks. And that's the kind of things that makes the difference, at least to me, in Blitz. It's always funnier in a game to have some hammer-racks or fire damage on someone than just regular shots. So that was the second thing. Maybe also the mobility. The mobility is extremely nice. I don't feel like I'm playing a medium. I feel like I'm playing a hybrid between a medium and a heavy tank. Because with this one, you're gonna have the mobility of a medium, but with the armor of a heavy tank. Especially maybe the turret. The turret is not the best. You need to be careful about this. But judging by the size of your gun mantlet, if you manage to do some peekaboo thanks to your 0.29 gun accuracy, you're gonna be able to achieve great things and bounce everything. This tank is amazing at tier 8, and I think that's my favorite tier 8 premium. Before it was the Scorpion G, because I truly love my Scorpion G because of the mobility and the high alpha damage. But with this tank, it combines the mobility, also the armor and the alpha damage that you have also on the Scorpion G. But the Scorpion G lacks of armor. With this one, you can actually play it a bit more aggressively, which makes it more interesting, in my opinion. And that's all. That's why I love the Chimera. I don't need to talk much really about the characteristics. I think we talked about everything we had to talk about. But yeah, I just love it. And for everybody who didn't take one, it's still in the shop for 3 days. But it feels like I'm doing some publicity for Wargaming, and I don't really like that. But honestly, the tank is worth it. And what I love about this tank, at least in my opinion, is that Wargaming didn't make it broken. That's the kind of tank that is broken in good hands only. Because you still have 13 seconds of reload. And in 13 seconds, a lot of things can happen. And that's what I love about the release of this premium. I wish Wargaming would do more these kind of things. I love tanks that have a special gameplay. I understand that it's hard for Wargaming to release tanks with special gameplay all the time, so I'm not expecting them to release every month something different. But at least with the Chimera, I think that the combination between the medium playstyle and the tank destroyer gun makes it really interesting, and it gives some fresh air on World of Tank Blitz. Because I'm gonna speak about myself, of course, but when you have pretty much all the premiums, all the tier 10 tanks, and all the ATGMs and stuff, and you've done pretty much everything concerning the game and you know pretty much how to play everything, when you have something new, it's always great if it's followed by a new gameplay. And that's exactly the case. Here we have a total different playstyle, because I don't remember any medium tank in this game having the same playstyle as the Chimera, at least at tier 8. Of course, there are some at tier 7, tier 6, etc, etc. But for tier 8, that's some new feature, and that's what makes me want to play this tank all day long. Maybe in the future I'm gonna get bored of the tank, of course, because you always get bored of new premiums or new tanks. That's how it is. The more you play a tank, the less you want to play it. But at least I can say that I'm having a lot of fun with the Chimera. And I just hope Wargaming is gonna keep releasing this kind of tanks over and over again, because when a tank is good only based on the player playing it, that makes it a really interesting tanks, because that's the kind of tanks that the more you play it, the better you are gonna do. That's the case for every type of tanks, don't mind me, but at least it's great to see how you can evolve. You're not gonna have the same evolution with this tank than you will be able to have with some broken tanks such as the WZ-121 GFT or something. Here with this one, it's all about skill and not about the statistics. And I know a lot of people are probably gonna disagree with what I'm saying right now, because most of people are thinking the Chimera is broken. I don't feel like the tank is broken, because usually people tend to associate good tanks with high price to pay to get it, for example in the shop, because the Chimera is quite expensive. It's around 50 euros if you take the offer with everything. But yeah, the price is still high. I don't mind the price because as a YouTuber I buy pretty much every premiums that Wargaming is releasing. But I understand that for someone who hasn't a lot of money, it's expensive. But if you wait for a couple of months, the tank is gonna come back in gold. And honestly, even if the tank comes back for 15,000 gold, I would still say it's worth it. It's a hell of a tank. It's funny to play, but of course it's for good players. And good players most of the time only, if you want to do good with this tank. And when I'm saying do good, I'm talking about doing 2.5k average damage with it. I mean, you can really have insane amount of damage with this one, but you need to know how to play it. Sorry for the dog barking. I'm gonna leave you on that. I would like you to tell me what you think about the tank, what you think about the characteristics. Do you think it's a good addition to Wargaming Premium Collection, or do you hate the tank? Really, tell me in the comments what you think. I'm gonna leave you here, and I hope you are gonna share my opinion over the Chimera, and I hope it's gonna convince you maybe to buy it. If it's not for now, maybe in the future. Pantoufleee, over.